What's up, guys? This is Kay from Lunarlight Games, and thanks for dropping back in. Hello, and welcome to our channel. If you're new, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Help us keep growing our channel. Well, last time we were here, we were stuck still out in the desert combing for this one journal page, which I managed to find like 5 minutes after I ended the stream last time. Now, let me show you guys where it's at. Just give me a moment to set up. And I'll show you guys very quickly. All right. Now, if you'll notice here, this is the one that we're trying to complete. We have all 8 pages now. Also, notice where I am. It's right here. I was not that far off the last time we were playing and when we last ended. So it's right about here. Didn't even have to move very far at all. Alright, let's leave those 2 friends alone. They're not bothering anyone. They're just out having a midnight stroll. Also, how are you guys doing on this fine Wednesday afternoon?
Must be something here. Let's look around.
And there it is. I have just discovered Farrell's tomb in the east. I've never seen something so sod and grand in all my life. I won't write an essay on this place. I'll write a book. Several books. I will be rich and bring a whole expedition here, and the University of Orlais will beg me to lecture when I'm not presenting my findings to the Empress herself over dinner. That is, if I can get inside the Farrell's tomb. The doors are sealed tight. It looks like there's a keyhole, but none of the ruins I've seen have anything even hinting at a key. On the way out, I saw I'd missed a few bones on the ground. They were still bloody. Sheer luck that whatever lives there wasn't home when I arrived. That's interesting. That dragon wasn't mobile. Who knows where it could have gone. But yeah. That's the end of the Hissing Wastes. I've about scoured almost everything that we can here. There might be 1 or 2 things we're missing, but it's not like a must-have or related in any way to some of the other quests we've been doing. So let's move on then. We're going to go back to Skyhold and clean up. Hope you guys have been enjoying your week. I'm a little out of it. I was completely busy the previous day, and by the time I made it home, it was already pretty late.
Inquisitor.
Is there much more gameplay of this game left? Oh, you have no idea. I don't think we're even halfway yet. I want to say we're a good maybe 30 to 35% done.
Here is the request Harriet made.
Maybe even 40%.
That is at his discretion. I have nothing further to add. Of course. You may depart in a moment.
Because the next quest Where is it? It's not on here, is it? Here we go. Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts marks at least 50 to 60% way done. Yeah, so I think this is around 60 to... Actually, no, by the end of it, you should be around 65% done with the game. There are a couple more quests after that, but it wraps up fairly quickly, and then we still have to worry about the 3 DLC stories as well. One of which is mandatory if you want to get the true ending of the game. 2 of them don't matter, though. And I think I have... Hang on. No, I guess I don't have it marked on the map here. Considering where this game is at in the story, I mean, you're not exactly missing much if you decide to skip the first 2 games. I mean, it just feels better that way if you play the first 2, but even if you start off here, I don't think you'll be that far off behind, because there are plenty of codex entries to catch you up with all the lore in the game. Like, look at all this. All these characters that we have to understand and know. And only a small portion of them are introduced in this game and not the last 2. For example, the Champion of Kirkwall, the main playable character of Dragon Age 2. Don't worry about these characters. Now, these were introduced. This one's introduced in this game. This one was introduced in Dragon Age 2, but it's that one weird-looking statue guy that sells merchandise. This guy was the main villain of Dragon Age Origins, also the first game. This lady here has been along in the game since the first. This one's our playable character. And I mean, outside of maybe Alistair and Leliana, we still haven't learned much about the other characters in the first game either. Anywho, enough about the history lesson. Let's clear up our inventory. We are done exploring the hissing wastes. You know what will be a great challenge for some runners to do in this game? Try to beat the game without crafting any equipment. It's harder to do. But this game lends itself well to speed running. If you can beat the game without doing every single task in the game, how far could you get? I think there are also modifiers for the difficulty if you start a new game as well. Modifiers that aren't ordinarily related to the difficulty of the game. There are also some neat tricks that you could do with the modifiers as well. Yeah, I found the journal entry. I showed it in the first couple of minutes of this stream session. Don't worry about it, though. It's not very important. I just want to find the location of it. Oh, wait. Where am I going? I was supposed to sell off my stuff. Instead, we ran in a circle. Let's get rid of everything here. And we will head out to... Emprise de Lyon. I find that the main appeal of this game has always been crafting your own story. Crafting your own stories, making your own decisions, seeing them all play out before you. That's always been the main highlight of these Dragon Age games. Something that it does far better than Mass Effect, I feel. Where Mass Effect is just one continual story.
Inquisitor.
Oh, right, I saw that bug. It has more to do with the fact that people who received the game before it officially launched, there's like a day one patch once the game actually launches, and it screws with your save file. I'm thinking maybe that could get resolved in time later, but yeah, it's a huge blunder for people who got the game early. I am not picking up the game, so sadly I don't know much more about that. Oh, really? Do let us know how it turns out in the future, Mr. Critical. If it's very good, then I'm thinking a Black Friday sale is in order. Also, notice here that the character card for Iron Bull has changed. His original card was different. This one reflects his betrayal of the Qun. Very interesting compared to some of these other portraits that haven't really changed. We'll have to keep an eye out for future cards. I'm always interested in a good story. If the gameplay kind of stinks, then, well, that's what the difficulty slider is always for. Alright. This is Emprise de Lyon. I think it's about the closest thing we might get to like a Star Wars 1313. Though that isn't really saying much. Complete opposite here. We went from exploring a desert locale to hunting in the snow. It's starting to remind me of Diablo 4 already.
Mistress Poulain is the reason we're still alive.
Oh yeah, this is a brand new area. Supposedly, this is connected to the Emerald Graves and portions of the Exalted Plains as well. This is definitely elf territory. There's lots of elf fruit to gather, at least. I'm gonna need this stuff for later. Oh, wait. I never switched this out, did I? Immolate's a great backup ability if you don't have anything to use early on in the game when you don't have Fire Mine. Can't argue with you there either, Seth. Ubisoft always does like one good game like once every few years, and then every other year after that it's always something bad. Like they came up with Far Cry 3 and Assassin's Creed 2, but then everything after that started going bad, right? And then they came out with like Rainbow Six Siege, which was pretty good. And then they come up with, what was that one sequel to Siege or whatever that didn't turn out to be very good? It was like a zombie thing. I vaguely even remember it. It was almost like a spin-off. That's another one. I don't know about you guys, but I always find
we might fall through the ice and be trapped beneath forever.
I always find Ubisoft games to be very experimental in the early phase. They tend to be trendsetters, but then once they become trendsetters, they become kind of stagnant. Case in point, every open world mechanic in Assassin's Creed, right down from the fact that you could use like a observation tower or something to like reveal everything on the map. To something more benign like crafting mechanics. Although they weren't the first ones to come up with it. Someone's... Oh wait, this mage. And they're hitting Blackwall pretty hard here.
Sandra will be relieved.
Here, let me try.
I'm gonna need to return and do something about our fire mines. It's not activating. I never did try Immortals Phoenix Rising. I kind of felt it was their own take on something like Breath of the Wild for Zelda. The Hunt, Day 1. Tracked her to the edge of Highgrove. I know she's here somewhere. I can sense it. Day 2. Gave me the slip. She's cunning. Hunter and hunted, round and round in circles. It's a game, a dance, a ritual. It wouldn't be the same without it. Day 4. Tracks head to the ruins. She might be resting. I need the element of surprise. Leave everything unnecessary behind. Go in light and quick. She's not going to get away this time. Or not this time. I'm going to have to reload the save. Our fire mines is not working, so maybe there's some sort of bug. We'll make a save and just reload there. Yeah, now it's working. There's something weird here called a snow flare. Oh, wait. No idea. Warner Brothers had a chance with the Suicide Squad, but obviously that didn't work out. The heck is this? The Rebuke of Sunderland, or the Sunderland. There's a barely intelligible scrawl. They say you shouldn't bring home girls you find near... Oh, never mind. That doesn't mean what I thought it meant. They say you shouldn't bring home girls you find near Fade Rifts. Context is important there. But they don't know. I saved Colette. She came from a cold, empty place. No one cared about her. Now she's here and we'll be together forever. She's all I ever wanted. I know she loves me. I feel her love in everything she does to me, even when it hurts. Especially when it hurts. I've never been happier. Bro, run away. If a girl makes you feel as if you gotta hurt something or hurt yourself to make her happy, run away. Alright, we got two things here. On the left, there's something. On the right, it's gonna be another rift. Stay frozen, please. Oh no. Solus, why are you over there? Wave 1 is down. Let me slow down this one over here. I never really got into explaining what the focus abilities are. The only thing you really need to know about them is that they're very OP abilities. But you have to charge them up by, I think, fighting, issuing commands, or killing enemies. You can also increase your focus by taking several perks. Something that I obviously haven't done. Every specialization has its own focus ability. It's like an ultimate ability that, if you so choose to use, it basically wipes out most enemies on the map. Where is... Oh, wait. The ruins are in here. There it is. A note. Ripped to bits by an angry hand. Pieced back together it reads, "Leave me alone or I swear I'll kill you." Man, that was not cool. Oh boy, wolves. Surely they're friendly. No, they're not friendly at all. Even more wolves. I think these were the things that were trying to get at us earlier. Or based on that note. There should be like a huge wolf somewhere around here. Maybe not. I guess that's all there is. Alright. We have another rift to handle. And then we'll move up into the mountains. Hang on a second. Okay. Sorry about the wait. Old folks and their iPads.
Visitor.
Sometimes, I don't know. I think that as the older we get and better and newer technology comes out, I wonder if we'll be able to handle it. My dad grew up without that kind of stuff. He's already in his 50s and he barely is able to get a hang of how to use his devices. So if it's that tough for him to like get used to using stuff like that, I wonder if there'll ever come a time where we will ever have to feel that way. I mean, it's definitely possible. But if and when that happens, I'm not really looking forward to it. Alright, Pride Demon. The design of this Pride Demon is much better than the one I recently saw in the trailer. They actually look like demons, where in the Veilguard they look more like spirits. Which I suppose is a valid way to showcase more spirits, but I feel it goes counter what they've been doing in the original design process. Demons. The plot explanation for what demons really are, I think, weakens their existence. Because demons aren't really just bad. I mean, yeah, they're not bad spirits. They're just spirits who have lost their way. In that sense, I feel like it's a weaker explanation. But yeah, speaking of Assassin's Creed Shadows, I haven't seen much news about that one recently. Other than that hilarious clip where I think someone was trying to play as Yasuke and they were doing the leap of faith, and it failed spectacularly. I mean, it's cool to see the game poking fun at itself. Well, anyway, that's another section completed. This is not where we're supposed to go. Somewhere up there. Unlike the other maps where they're a little bit open-ended, traveling in Emprise de Leon requires that you get out of the initial area. You can't just travel anywhere you please here. I mean, in some ways it feels more linear. It's not a bad thing. But it requires you to knock off these activities one by one. I mean, I've seen some of the controversy regarding that, but then once I read further into it, most comments were more about like small general things rather than, oh, they got the history wrong. That was never like the biggest issue, I think. A lot of other people outside of Japan made that the issue. Inquisition in the area. Strike fast, do not let them through. That whole professor, though, is an entirely different story, though. Anyway, there's our first camp. Our first camp is over and done with.
All clear.
Who knows? I'd like to see the game for myself to judge whether it's good or not. I don't think I know enough about Japanese history and Japanese culture to make a definitive judgment against it. But just for what it is, I just want to see what the big deal is all about. Because even with Ghost of Tsushima, they got some things wrong about Japanese history.
Warm.
I'd rather be cold than touch that stuff.
And yet people still loved it. I get they're trying to turn the ghost into a sort of ninja figure. But ninjas didn't really start in that area. And not for several hundred years more. There is a Dalish wolf carving. The area around Sarnia has always displayed a blend of the old and new. Elven and Orlesian. I take pride in this. Emprunce de Leon is part of the Dales, and our history is nothing to be ashamed of. Others have not held such an enlightened view, and elven relics once scattered about the region have been destroyed or stolen. Some of the few remaining are statues of wolves, one along Alphonse's Passage, another in a ruin near the Elf's Blood River. Dalish clans passing through often honor these statues with offerings of flowers. I see no harm in it. That's the official name for this locale. They're called the Dales, the homeland of the elves. Over here is Ferelden. Orlais is over here. Tevinter, probably somewhere over here. And the Free Marches. So far that controversy has died down a little. But just gotta wait for the release. It won't be long now. Yeah, he's the samurai guy. He's also playable. Was that for real, or did someone just make that up?
How did an entire river get frozen over?
That has a hint of somebody trying to start a rumor. Just to feed more fire. I mean, yeah, feed more fire to the flames. I would take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, that's true. You can play as a ninja woman as well, but that's kind of besides the point. It feels like it has like shades of people just starting rumors to stir the pot, regardless of whether it's true or not. In which case, it's fictional. I mean, you got Leonardo da Vinci in the first game, or not the first game, the second Assassin's Creed game. Did he really make all that stuff for Ezio? I mean, you tell me. Was he really best friends with an assassin? I don't know. Could have happened. Did George Washington really need an assassin to carry out his missions? I mean, probably. It's believable. But yeah, it's fictional. You can make up anything you wanted to. I mean, history is the inspiration, but again, it's just a story. The more important bits are like stuff that you would never really recognize. Kind of like the whole bit with the schematics of the church in France, the Notre Dame, and how they actually got scans of it and recreated in-game. And so when the Notre Dame kind of got destroyed a little bit in like a fire, they were able to recreate portions of the church because they had like scans from that game. They were able to use that from the game. So I thought that was like one of the coolest parts about, you know, the history of it. But it's stuff like that that you don't really see anybody writing about or caring at all in the first place. It's all the minor made up fictional stuff that people tend to make a big deal out of. Well, who knows? I can't speak to that since I just don't live in Japan. Though maybe if I were to go around asking some Japanese exchange students, maybe they might be able to tell me. We do have like a number of exchange students located in our town. I've heard from my sister that it's
More red lyrium.
it's a pretty experience. Very clean. Also very open and hello guys. Bye, guys. This Dawnstone. I wonder if I can use it for later. I have next to no experience about the Philippines other than I did know someone that was from the Philippines. There are all these pretty places to visit. Maybe with a little bit of added savings, I could probably make a trip out to Japan one of these years. Just gotta grab my passport. And real ID as well. I've been postponing on getting one of those for like the longest time now. I should have gotten one way back in 2020, but you know, with the whole pandemic and everything, they postponed that, and so I never had to bother with it. This guy's on a hill and he's hard to nail down. No, I'm afraid not. I have never heard of Ponzit. I already have family that have their passports and everything. I think I'm probably the only one that hasn't left the States in my family. Everyone else has already been to like Mexico, and some of the other ones have been to like Thailand. And my sister went to Japan not that long ago either. Oh, you mean the dish. No, I've never had it. I'm trying to think of any Filipino dishes I've had before. And nothing comes to mind. Never had adobo. Lumpia. I think I might have had that one. Similar to like a spring roll or like a egg roll thing. A ruined highway. The villagers of Sarnia know little about the ruined highway standing above their home. Children play below its arches, oblivious to the danger the crumbling structure poses. Judging from its age and the statues adorning its pillars, I would conjecture that it dates from the golden age of the Tevinter Imperium. It is an imposing sight, one that I'm glad to have seen. Oh, speaking of Ratatouille, maybe I shouldn't be sharing this story. My dad caught like a mouse the other day, and he was supposed to, put it down, but he couldn't bear to kill it, right? This man has shot deer. He's been out in the woods. He's killed multiple animals, but like a little mouse, I don't know why I find it so funny. He just couldn't bear to kill it. He was thinking about like, going off into the woods, right, and releasing it. I was like, why would you do that? It just becomes someone else's problem. The Red Templar Dispatch. How has the Inquisition managed to gain ground? Send the behemoth.
Inquisitor.
Don't worry though. The mouse is already put down. May it rest in peace. Oh man. Sometimes it's funny. The kind of folks who do all sorts of hunting right. Like my dad especially. I would never take him for one to become sentimental about a mouse. Perhaps. I mean, he used to keep pets as a kid, but not so much as an adult. I wonder if that's something that was bothering him. This could have been my pet. There's a locked door somewhere around here. Where the heck is it? Maybe it's underground. I was half afraid that he would be asking me to do the honors of putting down the mouse. Wouldn't be the first time. Spiders, caterpillars, mice, you name it. There's nothing that would bother me. Except for maybe livestock. I still can't get over going to like a actual slaughterhouse. Oh yeah, that's something I should probably add for context. My dad has been to the butcher many times. He's done the whole deal in the slaughterhouse. You know, like cutting a pig down into portions. Not just any small pig, it's like 200 to 300 pounds too. But the thought of killing that mouse stopped him dead in his tracks. It's like, no, I can't do that. Alright, that's another location done. This one's weird. I don't know where exactly it is. It might be underground. I'm guessing it really is underground. Alright, since we can't find this, we're gonna move on. Let's go wrap up these over here. Then we'll swing down here. This place looks very eerie, and the red lyrium contrasts well with the snow. It's like blood on the ground,
Better take a closer look.
but it's not really blood. Let's see. There is another note. In death. In war, victory. In peace, vigilance. In death, sacrifice. My brothers and sisters in vigilance, by drinking of the chalice, you are a grey warden. Though you perished, you died with your blood joined with mine. I honor your sacrifice and carry your memory into battle. Meline of Arlesans, I remember you. Leonide de Firmin, I remember you. Odwin, I remember you. I vaguely remember there being something... There was like some sort of oath when you became a Grey Warden that they had to say before they drank from the chalice. Let's go down here. But we need the watch key. We're not going any further without grabbing that.
How far will this lyrium spread?
This place is perfect if you want to bring Varric around. After all, red lyrium is central to the story. The Tower of Bone. This region can easily become a maze with all the rocks. You can't exactly jump over them. Not all of them anyway. Let me swing back and do some of these other ones over here. Am I getting any closer? Maybe. Where the heck is the road leading to? Wait a minute, this one goes backwards. There's no obvious path up around over these rocks. Oh well. We'll have to do some creative leaping here. The creative leaping failed. Never mind. We'll just traverse around this side and then hopefully there's a path leading over here. Rocks are your native enemy in this game. I'm sure if the developers learned how to implement Breath of the Wild style traversal in this game, you would bet that it would show up here. This place is nothing but ruins. Ruins, rocks, and even more rocks. With no way to traverse. Never mind. We'll just head up to the tower. This is getting confusing. You gotta love it when you get even more lost. Places you think you might be able to get up to, you cannot. And yes, there's an invisible wall here. How do we get up here? There's no indication where the game wants you to go to. Well, aside from this path. Let's do this. Hang on for a second. Okay. After this stream, I gotta check something real quick. Has more to do with work. Oh, I should probably mention that. Beginning in September, or maybe even within the next couple days, I'll be starting work again. So streaming might be a little bit more different until I can figure out what exactly is going on and how my schedule looks like. But hopefully with this comes newer opportunities for us. Red Templar Dispatch. Hold the tower. Do not let the Inquisition reach the quarry, or worse, keep the keep. Let me read that again. Do not let the Inquisition reach the quarry, or worse, the keep. Everything we have worked for will be lost. Well, we took it. There are a couple things hidden in the tower that we need to look at. First things first. There shouldn't be as many shards to look for now. Hold that thought. Our favorite fetch quest continues. Only except this one's even worse because this one's in a full 360. Alright, we're halfway done. Where are the other ones? Of course the game couldn't make it easy on you, because I spy with my little eye.
Varric, you fought Corypheus once before,
Not my fondest memory, but yes, I did.
and you killed him. You were certain of his death.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Excuse me there. Where the heck is this last one?
Destroy the conclave. If he can live through a blast that levels a mountaintop, we would do well to determine how.
Pretty sure it's gotta be somewhere around here.
Would that help us? The Wardens couldn't kill him, and they had 1,000 years to figure it out.
There it is. Alright, we're done with that. We are far off from this side. You know what? Instead of going further down this direction, let me tackle the ones to the east. Also, around over here, there's supposed to be a bridge that we're supposed to complete a war table operation for. We have to keep an eye out for that. It'll extend the range of where we can explore. And I think it extends over to the area where we'll fight the dragon. There's the key. Down into the crypts we go. Valeska's Watch. I have marked areas of interest on the maps provided. I could draw particular attention to Valeska's Watch, an old Grey Warden outpost I mean. It guards a deep road's entrance sealed after the third blight. Because of the entrance's size, The wardens feared Darkspawn would find a way through despite their efforts. Senior Warden Valeska recommended they build a fort over the collapsed tunnel, so wardens could always guard it. They did so for centuries. The Grey Warden's disappearance means Valeska's watch is now unguarded. If the seal over the entrance has degraded, Darkspawn may infest it. Be wary when entering this area. The Blight is a slow death, and one I would save you all from suffering. This is from Laliana. Big deal. We've been fighting Darkspawn for long enough in this game that it doesn't really make a difference. Even though in-game they're supposed to be like zombies. Zombies with a virus. But just like in any other zombie game, it doesn't matter if you get bit. Because really, no one ever got bit here. Quote unquote. No. This thing is stronger than your average Darkspawn. Not bad. For once we nailed all 3 mines in one go. Let's have a look around. The joining chalice.
Good find.
That cup is how we get more Grey Wardens. So much of Dragon Age Origins can be explained by the old saying, don't put that thing in your mouth. The Grey Warden Diaries. The older woman, the one who got me out of prison, she told me she was sending me down a tunnel to kill a Darkspawn. That's insane. I let them conscript me so I wouldn't hang. I'm not going looking for a Darkspawn. They have disease. I've had enough of this. I'm free, and I'm not going back. The wardens can find someone else to do their work. I'm gone as soon as night falls. What older woman? Like I said, they're fictional zombies. If you get bit or tainted by a Darkspawn, you'll turn into one too. I mean, that never happened to us, right? Those brutes require nearly everything you have at your disposal. And try not to fall down. That was my mistake. So how exactly do we kill these things if... Oh wait, they just jumped. And something that I didn't do. They can make the jump, we can't. And I need to stop doing that. The problem is that it's too dark to see what's going on. Are they just gonna... Ah, crap, come on. It's like that one Simpsons meme. Please hold still while I look for something. There we go. The seal holds. With the 5th blight rumored to be starting in Ferelden, most of the spawn will have moved east. I still hear scrabbling occasionally. Will they try to dig their way through? Perhaps they sense us. I recommend that we reinforce the barricades. Till then, so long as we stay vigilant, all should be well. This was written in the same year as the 5th blight. Lots of stuff hanging around here. More writings from the diaries. They broken through. The last time we had any trouble here, it was during the blight. The records say someone reported hearing scrabbling. They investigated but found no danger. After the archdemon was killed, we got complacent. We might need to destroy all of the bastion to keep them back. There aren't enough of us left to man the post. If there's a raid, we might not stand. They could get out, attack the town. Waiting for word from the warden commander. In the meantime, I'll do all I can. And where's that thing I did not find earlier?
Pity about this outpost.
Yes, a pity. But I think that's all that we were here for. We just needed to close... Yeah, we just needed to close the entrance. I don't think there's anything else here for us to complete, is there? It's kind of hard to tell. There's no map for this little location. Well, with a few rocks we have closed down the entrance. Let's move on to the next area. No, wait. Forgot about these. Let's go back. I'm pretty sure we opened this up.
Inquisitor.
Or did we not? Probably not. Let me head back down. Did I miss something here? I thought for sure I scratched out everything down here. Oh, wait. Is that the locked door over there? It is.
Here, let me try.
This is why you should always double check your work. Mostly loot here. Nothing extraordinary. Now we're done. Let's get back upstairs and then move on. Let's take out these two areas and then head down south. I'm not entirely certain we can clear out everything in one go. There might be a few other things I have to take care of. Come on, friends. Join the battle. Oh, so there was another path leading in this direction. How did I not see it? This could easily end poorly with our characters dead if we don't take the time to prepare.
Colder than I expected.
Red lyrium. I wonder how far this corruption has spread.
Looks pretty dang far to me. Nicely done. Well, we don't have to hang out over on this side any longer. Let's move on.
Nothing to report, sir.
Time to check out the Tower of Bone. A little disappointing that this isn't really made of bone. Oh, maybe it is. The Tower of Bone is so named for the hundreds of human bones discovered in a hidden chamber beneath the flagstones. The bones were cremated in accordance with Chantry law. and the chamber cleansed and sealed. Local tales of the tower and its grisly contents abound. Some believe Tavinters built the structure, reinforcing its foundations with blood magic. In other tales, elves built the tower. My favorite is particularly imaginative. In this story, a blood mage summoned a greater pride demon, who then possessed the entire tower. When the mage died, his sons were unable to control the demon, so they commissioned 8 monstrous iron chains intended to hold it. The touch of the cold iron chain is the only thing holding the stone abomination in place. Should they break, the tower will pull itself off its foundations and walk, destroying everything in its path. I don't really know about that, but maybe it's true. Sorry, broke my ankle. There's more red lyrium over there. Or is it? What's down over here? Never mind, it's a shard. One out of 13. That means there are 12 more still lying around. How unfortunate that we need to find them all. I find the Red Templars to be not as threatening as many of the other enemies in the game. The mages and Venatori are vastly superior. The Darkspawn as well, but they're rare. There is a fisherman's letter. Hey, Wormface, you know our usual spot under Judy's Crossing? I was fishing there 2 nights ago when the entire thing came down. A thunderous noise like you never heard. Maker of must have been watching my behind. I don't know how I got out of there alive. It was those damn Templars. I told you there was something shifty-like about them. Well, anyway, I was picking myself up when I saw something glittering in the rubble on the shore. I would have gone and looked, but those Templars were poking around what was left of the bridge, and I didn't want them to see me. I'm thinking there might have been some sort of treasure hidden in the bridge. I'll need you on lookout while I dig. Come by when you've a mind to, and we'll head over. You should have just stayed far away. Nothing ever good's coming out of this red lyrium or those Templars. We've now found Mama's ring. There's a snow-covered diary, an excerpt from Adeline's diary. A messenger came today. He said Gerard was killed. He tried to explain to Remy how it happened, but Remy wasn't listening. I had to tell him to leave. I tried to explain to Remy what it all meant, but I don't think he heard me either. He just shivered and asked me to put more wood on the fire. I don't think he understands. Maybe he just doesn't want to. I hate this war. Everyone's suffering here. The children, the wives. And we're supposed to be here to fix everything too. There are some letters here. I don't think this one's very important. Oh, right, the keep. I forget how many keeps are in this game. The keeps are bases similar to... I mean, they're not quite these ones. I think the last keep we ended up infiltrating was the one back in the Crestwood region. Let's go do this one. It's similar to a dungeon crawl, but not really a dungeon. Hey buddy, where'd you come from? Oh, by the way, that item that we just picked up, I think we can use it to construct something later on down the line. Hold on to it, don't sell it just yet. Let's make our way in. Gotta be careful we don't overextend ourselves. Enemies will just pop up everywhere. Our allies are idiots, though. They'll chase down and attack everything one by one. Remember, it's always safer to travel in groups. When you go searching for danger, that's when your allies will get killed. There we go. I'm seeing a lot of plush fustian velvet. That's one of the best looking materials in the game. Test notes. We must carefully control exposure to red lyrium. The last one entered a savage frenzy from the lyrium. We had to put it down. Once the red lyrium takes hold, their strength increases as we expected, but it makes them even more difficult to leash. Until we obtain the creatures in large enough numbers to test different techniques, we will never achieve a reliable method of corruption and control. I may have to recommend setting aside the entire experiment. Surely the behemoth serves our purposes. They've been experimenting with something. The giant brought from the Emerald Graves last week died this morning. It had received a small injury to the abdomen that eventually killed it. We have only one surviving giant. Fortunately, the first changes have been promising. I am hopeful. It must be difficult to capture the creatures without violence, but there is too much at risk in beating them into submission. Breeding them might be feasible. Unfortunately, no one has spotted a female of the species. There are no female giants. Just like in Skyrim. Why aren't there any? Beats me. Go figure. Maybe it's like the Lord of the Rings. Even that IP didn't have female Ents. Well, I mean, they did exist, but...
And more than a little unnerving.
the female Ents have since either died out or gone somewhere. Oh no, what the heck is that over there? Blackwall, please don't die. You gotta be very careful here. Either tank your way through or pull out all the stops. It's not so much more difficult than our previous giant fights, but since this area has a higher level cap and level range too, they might prove to be a bit more difficult to kill. We're still doing good on potions. We shall survive long enough. What is going on over here? Starting to seem familiar yet? These are similar to the experiments we encountered in the flash forward sequence. I don't think we can... Can I just hop the tree? No, this... Oh. There's a bottle up there. That's what I'm trying to find. Let me just time this perfectly. Darn this platforming. There's got to be a better way to get up here, right? If there is, I don't see any other way. Ah, come on. This game was not meant for platforming. Ah, come on. There's either some input lag or it requires that you jump first before running. You don't really carry any momentum when you're jumping from a standstill. That did not work. Maybe there's another way. Oh, never mind. Here's how you can do it. I love it when the game doesn't tell you how to do things like this. Ah, come on. And even then, it's not guaranteed because the controls seem to work against you, not with you. There's that bottle. Not so much filtered as dredged. Should be kept in a cold, dark place. Also locked. Forgotten as well if no one is, or if one is wise. It probably tastes terrible. As we try to wrap our way through this maze, just follow the enemies. Follow the enemies. They'll lead you to the exit. Looking good so far. Unless our ragtag band of idiots decide to encounter a giant. What the hell are you guys doing? Come on, AI. Thankfully, there are walls high enough to allow this giant to end up in here. How he got in is anyone's guess. Someone has made notes about the red lyrium in Emprise de Leon. When I was in Kirkwall when Meredith died, Meredith is the final boss character of Dragon Age 2. She drew upon the red lyrium in her sword and was consumed by it. Spoiler alerts. Yet here we are, taking power from the lyrium and still alive. Fournier says in the early days, many were lost to the madness too quickly. We must use it enough that it changes us, but not so much that it destroys us. He thinks Imshale is a key. He knows something about red lyrium. With his help we can keep the corruption at bay longer. He called himself a gardener. Is that how he sees it? He tends the red lyrium, keeping it well fed and growing. Not too quickly, not too slowly. My Lord Imshale. There is a soldier in Sarnia who calls himself Mikhail. Or Michael. No, Mikkel. He arrived last night and has been asking about the keep, and you in particular. He told people you are a demon. Shall we have him retrieved? Demon? What a frightful thing to call someone. No, leave Michelle alone. I just remembered this is French, so whatever the hell the French pronunciation of that is. He made his choice. I look forward to his attempts to follow through. Although I suspect he'll trip on his good intentions and fall down a well inside a week. Whether or not that's a euphemism for killing him, we'll never know. People in Dragon Age tend to be idiots, so I'm gonna err on that side instead. You might be wondering, how do we get up there and grab that thing? Well, no worries. As you can see here, you can jump to it. Yeah, platforming. Platforming in an RPG that doesn't do platforming very well. That's awesome, right? Now we just gotta carefully cross. Carefully cross. There we go. You'd think that with these hidden chests they'd have something more valuable. Nope. Unless it's purple, we don't want it. We're getting closer to the end here. We just have to keep pushing forward. What up, friends? The thing about using fire mines is that you have to keep like a 3 feet away rule. Or is it 6 feet away? Remember that silly COVID rule about staying 6 feet apart? Yeah, that rule never worked. There's a treasure chest off to the side here. But how do we get to it? Well, simply by doing this. Oh wait, never mind. There's a hidden wall because of those plants. That one stumped me. Unless you're supposed to climb up these trees. Oh, don't go down this way. That road leads back to that other area. Never mind, I see the trick now. If you want to get that chest, go over here to the stepstones. then leap off of this rock here, which I did poorly. And then keep going down the line. Get out of the way, buddies. We did all that just to get a puny axe. Something that isn't even as good as the current one we have on Blackwall. I think this is the final area. It should be, I think. Oh no. This guy's tougher than your ordinary Red Templar. Someone here is giving Solus a hard time. Well, crap. We still gotta deal with you. Perfect. Just perfect. Oh wait, never mind. This is the boss area.
The hero arrives. But is it hero or murderer? It's so hard to tell.
Who are you?
Call me Imshale.
You're a demon.
Ahem. Choice spirit. Time to die. Wait! These are your friends? They're very violent. It's worrying. True to my name, I will show you that you have a choice. It doesn't always have to end in blood.
Hang on. Is it possible for us to recruit this guy? Okay, I'm not gonna attack him just yet, but let's hear him out.
Talk.
Simple. We don't fight, and I grant you power. Shower you with riches. Maybe virgins. Your pick. Then we all live happily ever after. Well, not all of us. But who's counting?
Riches, power, and virgins. You know what, just for the hell of it. Hang on. I just want to see all the different reactions. So let's go with this one here.
I'd like to be showered with virgins.
I should really stop offering virgins. Everyone always chooses them, and I can never find any. How about a rune of legend, inscribed by the gods, radiating forgotten magic, blah, blah, blah.
Wait, what? No virgins? That's what I call false advertising. Well, let me see that rune.
Done.
The choice is made. The deal is struck. Nice doing business, Herald of Andraste.
Lame. I think you can make these runes by yourself. But that ends that quest. Never make a deal with the devil. It's never the same deal or right deal.
True to my name, choice. It doesn't always have to end in blood.
Talk.
Yeah, that never ends well.
Simple. We don't fight, and I grant you power. Shower you with riches. Or maybe virgins. Your pick. Then we all live happily ever after. Well, not all of us. But who's counting?
I'm curious, what kind of power can he offer?
I choose power.
Oh, power. Would have been my pick too. I like you. The choice is made. The deal is struck. Nice doing business, Herald of Andraste.
This thing's not too bad. It's not as good as the current one we have. As for these, they're kind of meh. That's not a bad option, though. The rewards are better than the previous one. And here I was expecting to be showered with virgins who are...
True to my name, I will show you that you have a choice. It doesn't always have to end in blood.
They're probably just a group full of... Oh no, Kinari.
Talk.
Yeah, that never ends well.
Simple. We don't fight, and I grant you power. Shower you with riches. Or maybe virgins. Your pick. Then we all live happily ever after. Well, not all of us. But who's counting?
Alright, 3 out of 3.
Let's go with riches.
Ah, good old-fashioned riches. Nothing wrong with the classics. The choice is made. The deal is struck. Nice doing business, Herald of Andraste.
This is also kind of lame too. Considering how much money you need to buy up everything in the game, that's not worth it. Alright, now let's go with the best choice of all.
I will show you that you have a choice. It doesn't always have to end in blood.
What about your friend over there? Can you offer us him?
Talk.
Yeah, that never ends well.
Simple. We don't fight, and I grant you power. Shower you with riches. Or maybe virgins. Your pick. Then we all live happily ever after. Well, not all of us. But who's counting?
We're gonna take the obvious answer here this time.
No. You die, demon.
Alpha. Choice. Spirit. If you won't be smart, be afraid.
Remember, there's a difference.
Where's that?
It's not a demon, it's a spirit. It's actually kind of strong too. And it can also morph into different forms as well. Your best bet is to try to get rid of his minions. But then it transforms into different other demons as well. This is probably the most difficult fight we've had so far. Almost as bad as fighting a dragon. Killing him still offers you the same rewards as choosing power. So don't make a deal. Kill it anyway. And that's going to be it for the keep. There should be something over here. Don't think of leaving without that shard. Otherwise you'll have to climb all the way back up. There might be a shortcut somewhere around here, but I wouldn't take it or leave it a chance.
Is he gone? The demon is finally gone.
Shit. Delirium has taken hold. He doesn't have long.
Why was the demon here? Working with the Red Templars?
A garden needs a gardener. Nurturing gentle hands. Directing the change. Not too fast. Not too slow. Just right. Has to be just right.
I get it. Too fast, and you end up a statue in the gallows courtyard.
There's nothing I can do for you. I'm sorry.
Imshale. He said he could take the red out. If I said yes.
Imshale could have saved you?
He liked to watch the agony. He liked to play. We were his garden. Consent and live. Deny and be consumed. Oh, but what he wanted? No. Anything but that. I chose the red. I chose.
Poor guy. Alrighty. We have a new keep all the way up here. Oh wait, hang on. There's something else right around here.
Ah, your worship, welcome. I am Baron Edouard Desjardins of Leeds. I am pleased to meet you. Ambassador Montillier speaks highly of you.
You seem to know Josephine quite well.
Oh, yes. Yves Montillier, Josephine's father, is an old friend. We used to hunt together. I watched her grow up, you know. Such a clever girl. She could charm wolves to dance with hares. I am gratified to see the Inquisition has not overlooked her talents.
What is your role here, Baron?
Oh, well, the ambassador entrusted me with handling the Inquisition's enterprise in the Dales. Much of our efforts are concentrated on rebuilding, eradicating threats, reopening trade routes and such. And of course, I will oversee the forging of relations with the nobles of Southern Orlais.
Any news, Baron?
Perhaps you haven't heard about Judicale's Crossing. The Red Templar's activities caused a catastrophic bridge collapse.
I shall take my leave.
That bridge. If you're looking to explore more of Emprise de Leon and fight that dragon, you need that bridge repaired. Trading with Cal Sharrock. My approach was carefully observed. This was not a tag unused to watching its boundaries. I got the impression that if I'd been one of his Orzammar cousins, our meeting would have been swift and bloody. That is, if I'd been allowed to find the passage at all. As it was, he was polite and efficient, and he knew well the current market for everything he offered. Clearly, their isolation is not because of fear, and certainly not disinterest. Among his wares, I saw the latest fabrics of Val Royeaux, and volumes by a free marcher poet 3 centuries dead. This only added to my doubt of the official year of Cal Sharrock's rediscovery as declared by the Assembly of Orzammar. I didn't mention this to my host as I was curious... As curious as I was, there was an undercurrent I found unsettling. I must stress that he and his helpers were professional and honest throughout. But there was something I can't describe. While he remained hooded the entire time, he looked me square in the eye when our deal was struck, unashamed. I lived through a time of blight. I felt the gaze of a Grey Warden and seen the corruption of his prey. Why I remembered both in that moment, I still can't explain. I don't remember who the heck Novus Sturhold is. Probably someone important. But yeah, this place is now our official keep. I guess we can also jump down here if we want to. Probably not. Not advisable. Let us be on our way to the south.
Inquisitor.
Who's humming here? I don't suppose we can befriend more people. Guess not. Judicale's Crossing. The grand bridge named Judicale's Crossing was constructed in 856 Blessed to celebrate the coronation of Emperor Judicale I, as a testament to the skill of Orlais's greatest engineers. The bridge replaced an ancient fallen highway leading to the pools of the sun. At the bridge's ceremonial dedication, the Emperor's sister, Grand Duchess Leontine, led a dozen nobles and their entourages in a stroll across the bridge to the hot springs where they took the waters. Judicale's Crossing structural supports bear architectural and decorative elements that mimic those of the ancient Tevinter highway it replaced. One can see their like several miles away in the archways rising above the village of Sarnia. The Andrastian statues that decorate the walkway, however, are entirely Orlesian in style. Somewhere in the distance over here is another dragon.
We might be able to rebuild this.
They shall not pass. There are 2 more rifts in the distance. Let's take a break from questing and fix our stuff over here. Maybe there's some way for us to fix the bridge from the war table. Alright, that's been a good solid first half.
What do you need, my friend?
Do you have any advice for me?
Watch the new recruits. Liliana says spies are inevitable, and I agree.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Regarding the dragons, there are still 4 more dragons left in the game. One of which we'll get to soon enough. And then there will be only 3.
From Haven's fire come we, the able true, to Skyhold now, a fortress strong, free.
Let me go around and speak to all of our comrades.
Inquisitor, there's none as brave as she.
They should have been born together, but instead they were bound by light.
I'll talk to you later.
Probably.
Have you seen otherwise?
I want to check in and see if we haven't unlocked any extra stuff yet. Oh hey, take a look at Sutherland.
Those blighted nugs won't infect anything now. Shade, thanks for joining in on that escort for Lady Montilier.
Whatever.
She's great, right?
Training hard, Inquisitor. You have the best people, and we're gonna help.
Sutherland's interesting. The more you talk to him and the more you encourage his exploits, his party grows. Very similar to what's happening with our own Inquisitor.
Hey, it's you again.
Are things playing out the way you expected?
Cassandra laid it out, right? You're the big hat now. Gonna make everything the way it should. Go on. Inquisitor. A title hard to rhyme. A challenge for another day, I think. Forgive me my distractions, Eminence. I'm overwhelmed by you and what you've done. My name is Meriden, a humble bard.
Oh, right. I think Meriden has... She has an ending with one of our characters.
What do you bring to the Inquisition?
A simple thing that you know well. The power of a muse to rally hearts and minds. Inquisitor, I want to spread the word of what you've done. A small but vital role. Perhaps I'll also make a coin or two.
Can you also sing that one Witcher song? Something about tossing a coin to your Inquisitor?
Are you a bard like those of Orlais?
Oh, heavens no. I'm a minstrel first. My weapon is a cutting tongue, not blades. I hope my skills will help in some small way, if only I can give your deeds their due.
Carry on, then.
Oh, I will do my best, Inquisitor.
Meriden's cool.
You need me?
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Your worship?
We'll talk later.
She might be second
Inquisitor.
in terms of difficulty. I feel like Vivian's the hardest. And also the most annoying.
How many have trained here, I wonder?
Sarah's annoying, but she's manageable. Vivian's just plain annoying, and there's nothing redeemable about that.
Something you wanted to talk about?
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
I would have figured Varric had something to say after we destroyed all that red lyrium.
Hello. Goodbye.
The most interesting thing about Vivian is that she's a candidate for the Pope position. Yes, Vivian can become the Pope in this game. There are two other characters besides just her that become, well, not just become, but they have the potential to become the Pope.
Greetings again, Inquisitor.
I'll leave you to it.
It entirely depends on who you want to encourage. I'm going to see about going in a different route on this playthrough, though. My first time playing through this game, I chose... Well, I chose a certain character, but I'm going to try to choose the other option.
Do you need something, my dear?
And I don't think that's a bad decision at all. I want to see something new in this playthrough anyway. If you do like the least amount of effort, choosing the character that I would choose in this playthrough might be the easiest one. You have to really not care if you want Vivian to become the Pope. And then if you want to choose the other character, you have to do a hell of a lot of work. Which is what I did the first time. And that was fun. Hang on. Before we do anything with that, let me go to the war table. I just realized we never visited the war table at all during this session. Now we can't have that. I'm debating what kind of character we should be making for the next game. Probably... I think I'm going to go through with a Grey Warden for the background anyway. I do love me the Grey Warden's storyline. Alright. Let's choose something new. Eventually we want to take these two. I don't know if we need this one entirely. We've been doing alright. This one might be useful. If only to get more dialogue options. Getting discounts on purchases isn't very amazing. However, if you want the best items in the game, you have to go down this route. Gotta get that short list. And of course over here. If you need an extra ability point for your Inquisitor, take this one. If you want to use more potions, take this one. As for myself, let me take this one. This also gives you more XP if you need it. Alright, we've completed a bunch of these. A Trouble of Red Jennies. How fascinating to receive help through seemingly random means. So it seems we have made a friend of a Red Jenny in Navarra. Inquisitor, it has been done. The House of Repose hid themselves well, but a group of our agents destroyed the contract on Josephine's life, and also found some interesting information on future targets. Josephine will not be happy we took this route, but I would rather suffer her displeasure than her passing. Also, where is it? This isn't it. Oh, but wait. Since we've now conquered Suladin's Keep, it allows us to extract leather through the war table. It's cool if you're looking for more materials for crafting, and it's low effort. You can also get better cloth as well. It's pretty good if you want to continue upgrading materials. And if you want to continue upgrading your weapons and armor. What's going on over here? Outfitting the crew. While I would never question the wisdom of the Inquisitor in such a contentious time, if we are to insist on relying on mercenaries acting on our names, I would ask that they represent us properly. We can't be seen to employ the poorly equipped in the Inquisition. More exactly, I cannot. I humbly request permission to outfit the crew Sutherland leads. What can we do for them? And what can they do for us? In our case, there are different rewards. Though the main thing that we want to go for Okay, never mind. What this mission does for Sutherland is change their cosmetics. There's an actual reason for why we choose which advisor here. If you want to give Sutherland and his crew light armor, choose Josephine. Leliana will offer them medium armor, and Cullen will offer them heavy armor. I think it's only cosmetic based. Gameplay wise, they don't really serve a purpose. So, this is Inquisitor's choice. I prefer to have them with medium armor. They're not exactly like shock troops like Cullen would be. And we want them to look respectable. So, Leliana, let's have you do this for us. Next one. A golden opportunity. My, how things have changed. When we first arrived at Skyhold, we would have been lucky to have the elite of Halam Sharal even acknowledge our presence. Now that we've occupied Siludin Keep and can no longer be ignored, a group of merchants and noblemen have approached me with a proposal. They say that since the Inquisition is currently better placed to keep order in the Dales than even the Imperial throne, they would like to set up a consortium of sorts. An Inquisition ambassador at their side will, according to them, aid communication and allow us to keep their interests safe, even as they promote ours. It is worth considering, Your Worship. Leliana and Cullen can't participate, so Josephine,
Inquisitor,
you do that for us. Next one. Deal with the Lord Basile Maron. Dearest Josephine, do you recall the last letter I sent about the new volunteers who have reported to Siludin Keep to help with our efforts? Lady Doucette, daughter of Lord Basile Maron, was one of them. We were unaware of her real identity because she came to us disguised as a villager. Unfortunately, Lord Basile has just now discovered the whereabouts of his missing daughter and has accused the Inquisition of kidnapping her. The lady wanted to masquerade around as Mulan for a day. Anyway, Lord Basile's colorful slander of the Inquisition has cast a shadow on our relations with wealthy Southern Orlesian society. Complicating matters, Lady Doucette refuses to return to her father and the gilded cage of a gentlewoman. I can't very well tie her up and deliver her to the Lord in a barrel, can I? Sincerely, Edward. I mean, maybe you can. It'd certainly wrap up our... Cullen, why can't we? We don't have to literally put her in a barrel, but let Lady Doucette know, in no uncertain terms, that she is no longer welcome in the Inquisition. Whereas with Josephine, Lady Doucette should follow her heart. Lord Basile is a minor noble, and his favor is not worth courting. I can trick him into social ruin. Once he is torn down, he may rant, but no one will listen. Do we let Mulan off the hook? Do we also ruin her father's name? Let me see. What kind of rewards can we get here? Okay, it doesn't matter who we send. The rewards are all the same, but depending on what scenario you want to go with, choose your advisor. I think I'm going to go with Josephine. Screw the father. Red Jenny and the Imposters. Are these people a nuisance or a rebellion? A note from Josephine, written on a letter from the Red Jenny in Navarra. Inquisition. A serving girl with a bruise told me your name is also being abused. Whoever owned the caravan you took is retaliating by dressing thugs in fake Inquisition uniforms. These valiant knights offer protection from the heretics for a fee, of course. Employer is a mystery, notifying you in case you want to get involved. And so you aren't alarmed when some of your soldiers start showing up dead. They've earned it. Whoever shall we send here? I'm thinking this title is also a name reference to Josie and the Pussycats. Or it could just be a coincidence. It doesn't matter who we send. They will all be the same reward. If we send Josephine, we should involve the local lords. They will be just as displeased about their influence being misused. Whereas with Leliana, let him deal with it. Or with Cullen, our response is swift. I'm going to save this one for Josephine as well. The dialogue looks better on Josephine's side. Alright, Ambassador Montelier. We, the members of the Orlesian Society for the Protection of Historic Architecture, would like to draw your attention to the deplorable state of Judicale's Crossing. The bridge was constructed in 856 Blessed as part of the festivities surrounding the first anniversary of the coronation of Emperor Judicale I. And for nearly an age, it has been considered the greatest triumph of Orlesian engineering. Now it lies in ruins, shattered by monstrous rebels of the Templar Order. You cannot allow this grave injustice to stand, Ambassador. The Crown is too involved in its civil war to properly care for our historic landmarks. But the Inquisition will surely come to the aid of the people. With hope, Duchess Nicole de Valmontaigne. Montagne? I don't know. In another hand at the bottom of the letter, Cullen. Can we handle this, please? I am receiving 19 of these letters a day. Sure thing. Let's go repair the bridge. Commander, reports to the damaged bridge at Judicale's Crossing are complete. Although we ran into some complications, the workers were spooked by sightings of dragons flying around the site. So we brought in Tamar for extra security. She did a good enough job. But next time I think we'll call in anybody else. That woman doesn't just frighten dragons, if you know what I mean. I think I know what you mean. That's going to be all for now. We're going to continue our explorations. Our inventory needs to be cleaned out again. The Rebuke of the Sunderland. Might be decent on Blackwall over here. Yeah, why not? Let's throw it on. By the way, can we speak to Josephine again?
The guests are on their way. The last return to Balmoreo to see that everything is not a spring color. Please join me when you can.
Oh, cool. We shall join Josephine. Just as soon as I dupe this lightning rune. The heck? Sometimes this thing will be bugged and it'll prevent you from scrolling left and right. That ought to have done it. The more stuff that you stow inside this storage, the worse the loading is going to get. Keep that in mind if you decide to throw in a bunch of items. If you don't have to, if you don't want to deal with the loading, try to keep your items in the box at a minimum. Alright, Blackwall, let's put this rune in.
Ready to answer the great mysteries. It'll be wonderful.
I'll see you later, Dagna.
I can't wait.
By the way, I haven't done very much personalizing our castle at all. I forget exactly how you're supposed to unlock all of these. Meh, I think we'll be fine. Alright, back to clearing out the inventory. This one's pretty good if you're looking to use coal. The shield isn't half bad. Certainly one of the better ones offensively. This one, however, is not very good. You get a 10% damage bonus, but you'll double your damage. Yeah, double damage taken. Who would want that? You'd have to run a very, very risky build. Odd. This is a blue-colored weapon with some text. Text is usually reserved for uniques. Let's get rid of these and these as well. This one, I'm thinking maybe we should give it to Solus. It does nearly the same thing as this, but you don't get the taunt on your character. So let's drop it on Solus. Any purples? There we go. Alright, now we can finally clear everything and then head over to What's-Her-Face's companion mission. Well, while we were waiting, I decided to load up the email and the app that I was supposed to sign up for work. And it doesn't look like I'm being scheduled yet. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Do. Alright, I think we just sold off everything. Everything important anyway. Alrighty. Inventory is looking good. Back to Val Royale we go.
I admit nothing of the sort. Empress Celine is a fine leader.
You only say such because you've navigated our game.
You're rather instant for a servant, aren't you?
You're a mage, not my patron.
What is a seeker of truth exactly?
They are not. You're a liar.
Wait, hang on. This is not the location that we need to go to.
One in the Inquisition. I thought maybe she was a guardsman.
Lady Cassandra is more than that.
For all the pomp and circumstance that Val Royale is supposed to have, it's underwhelming. I swear Denerim was bigger than this.
I read Liliana's report. Her people infiltrated the League of Assassins, targeting you. The contract on your life has been destroyed. You should be safe now.
And thus we outwit the House of Repose.
This was for your safety, Josephine.
I've no doubt that the guild was staffed by vicious men and women, Inquisitor. It's simply... Did I ever mention I used to be a bard?
You were a singer.
Bards entertain the Orlesian court. They sing, play music, make charming conversation, and spy. Many young nobles put on a mask and practice playing the game in such a fashion.
What made you interested in becoming a bard?
I was attending a university in Val Royale when I learned about bards. There was such an air of romance about them. Stories of secrets, trysts, and fascinating people. A group of us, young gentry from Antiva, decided this exciting life was for us.
You seem a bit steady for such an outgoing lifestyle.
The life of an entertainer didn't suit me at all. During one particular intrigue, I encountered a bard sent to kill my patron. We fought. Or perhaps scrapped is the better word. Both of us terrified. We were at the top of a steep flight of stairs. The other bard threw a knife, and I pushed him away from me. You can imagine the result.
You were only defending yourself.
But it was such a waste, Inquisitor. When I took off his mask, I knew him. We'd attended parties together. If I'd stopped to reason, if I'd used my voice instead of scuffling like a common thug, I'll always wonder who that young man would have grown into.
He seemed willing enough to murder you for the game.
Perhaps. I feel I'm the last to judge whether or not he would have actually used the blade. In all the commotion... forgive me, I don't believe I ever thanked you for helping me with this.
Hold on to it. Don't lose sight of why you came here.
I will never forget you helped save the House of Montilyet, Inquisitor. And should you ever visit Antiva, stories of the welcome we'll give you will be told for years.
Oh, what's up, buddy? Nice of you to drop in. So nowhere is it more appropriate than to say, don't hate the player, hate the game. Also, where the hell did he go? He dropped down, went into like the small alcove and disappeared on us. Or maybe that's him again. And there's something wrong with his script. Anywho, that's it for Lady Josephine. I wonder if she'll say anything new. But if not, that is the entirety of Josephine's quest line. I'm trying to think of all the quest lines we've done. Okay, we're still working on Blackwall. Cassandra, her quest line is more or less finished. Vivian, we have not really done anything with her. Cullen, we're still working on his, but I don't know if we'll have any more cutscenes. His major cutscene was the one that we encountered earlier about him using drugs. Sarah, I think we finished. Varix, probably not. Same thing goes with Solus. Cole, we haven't really seen enough of. But for sure, Cassandra is nearly complete. Who else am I forgetting? Iron Bull is already done. And now Josephine is completed as well.
At your order. It's good to see you.
Let's speak later.
Another time.
Oh, that's right. Leliana, we haven't done anything with. Let's return the ring. And I think there's an advisor or agent hiding around here. We'll try to nail down everything we can. There's a guy somewhere around here. The same Michelle that we were reading about earlier.
No, I dropped it. It's gone. Gone. Mama's ring. You found it. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'll never let it go again.
Michelle should be somewhere outside of Sarnia. Where the heck is he? I don't see Michelle. Where the heck is he? Oh, there he is.
Michel de Chauvin at your service, your worship. I saw the Inquisition's banners from afar. Never expected to see the Herald of Andraste herself.
Are you here to guard the people?
As much as I can, although this was not my original intention. I hunt a demon. This one calls itself Imshale, and has settled in Suladin Keep, up in the hills. Imshale is free because I made a mistake. I will see him destroyed. Now that the Inquisition is here, perhaps the Red Templars who guard the keep can be routed. All I need is one chance.
I need to know more about Imshale.
A desire demon, more cunning than anything I have encountered. And I have played the game. Imshale has roamed the land for some time. If anything, he will have grown in power. Why he is here in Emprise de Lyon, however, is anyone's guess. Perhaps he has gained the cooperation of the Red Templars, or vice versa.
What's in Suladin Keep?
Red Templars, so far as I can tell. Suladin is an elven fortress, left to crumble. The locals always avoided it, believing it the haunt of ancient elven spirits.
You know where the demon is. Why wait?
I am but one man. Suladin Keep is guarded by Red Templars. While I would happily give my life for this, I would not give it in vain.
Michel de Chauvin, I know your story. You were disgraced and banished from court for treachery.
There's much more than that, but it ends the same way. What does it matter? Despite all, I have a strong arm, a stout heart, and I still serve Ole.
You could serve the Inquisition. We have use for strong arms and stout hearts.
No, not until Imshale is defeated.
By the way, if you make a deal with Imshale, this guy will die, thereby preventing you from recruiting him. I mean, there's no point in leaving or making a deal anyway, because if you kill the demon, you get both the rewards of the power option and also XP. But it's up to you.
The demon you seek has been vanquished.
You defeated Imshale. I hunt the creature for months and you walk in and kill him without a second thought. No, I should be glad. Imshale is gone and that is all that matters. Not who struck the killing blow. I must move on. There will be others like Imshale. I will find them and destroy them. No sign of trouble at the moment.
You know where the demon is. Why wait?
I am but one man. Suladin Keep is guarded by Red Templars. While I would happily give my life for this, I would not give it
So,
away.
did he join us or not? Hang on, let me reload that. We only lost a couple minutes. No worries about that.
No, I dropped it. It's gone. Gone. Mama's ring. You found it. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'll never let it go again.
It's a mystery, right? Ice apparently has no, or it has friction. But these big old rocks, too bad about those. You're just gonna slip and slide all across them.
Michel de Chauvin at your service, your worship. I saw the Inquisition's banners from afar. Never expected to see the Herald of Andraste herself.
Michel de Chauvin, I know your story. You were disgraced and banished from court for treachery.
There's much more than that, but it ends the same way. What does it matter? Despite all, I have a strong arm, a stout heart, and I still serve Ole.
Are you here to guard the people?
As much as I can, although this was not my original intention. I hunt a demon. This one calls itself Imshale, and has settled in Suladin Keep, up in the hills. Imshale is free because I made a mistake. I will see him destroyed. Now that the Inquisition is here, perhaps the Red Templars who guard the keep can be routed. All I need is one chance.
He really wants to be a hero, huh?
The demon you seek has been vanquished.
You defeated Imshale. I hunt the creature for months and you walk in and kill him without a second thought. No, I should be glad. Imshale is gone and that is all that matters. Not who struck the killing blow. I must move on. There will be others like Imshale. I will find them and destroy them. No sign of trouble at the moment.
Weird. We're supposed to recruit him, but I don't know how to trigger it. Maybe I should not engage him straight away. Maybe if I talk to him about the demon first, and then tell him, and then ask about himself. That ought to work, right?
Michel de Chauvin at your service, your worship. I saw the Inquisition's banners from afar. Never expected to see the Herald of Andraste herself.
Are you here to guard the people?
As much as I can, although this was not my original intention. I hunt a demon. This one calls itself Imshale, and has settled in Suladin Keep, up in the hills. Imshale is free because I made a mistake. I will see him destroyed. Now that the Inquisition is here, perhaps the Red Templars who guard the keep can be routed. All I need is one chance.
Okay, never mind. I think I screwed this up. He can only join if you talk to him first before fighting the demon. If you made it this far, then it's too late. And I'm not about to go back through that entire dungeon run, too.
The demon you seek has been vanquished.
You defeated Imshale. I hunt the creature for months and you walk in and kill him without a second thought. No, I should be glad. Imshale is gone and that is all that matters. Not who struck the killing blow. I must move on. There will be others like Imshale. I will find them and destroy them. No sign of trouble at the moment.
Michel de Chauvin, I know your story. You were disgraced and banished from court for treachery.
There's much more than that, but it ends the same way. What does it matter? Despite all, I have a strong arm, a stout heart, and I still serve Ole.
Yeah, see how it doesn't give us an option to ask him to join? Oh well. I should have looked more closely into that, but never mind. He's an optional character to have you join in. I am wondering if I should go back or not. Because I don't think I have a save from all the way back there, do I? Nah, we would be missing out on a ton of gameplay time. Because between this and this, there's like at least an hour and 30 minutes worth of gameplay. That's so disappointing. I think if I speed run through everything off stream, we should be able to get that done. Should I go back or not? The choice is hard. Nah, I'm gonna skip over them. We've come too far. Screw it. We've already missed one agent anyway. What's another?
No, I dropped it. It's gone. Gone. A mass ring. You found it. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'll never let it go again.
This is why you should most likely study the game and all of the various missables before tackling regions. Oh well. Lesson learned. Also, lesson learned for those of you out there watching and don't know about it. We missed the first agent in Val Royale back during the first part of the game. This is the second agent we've missed because we didn't talk to him before heading out to do that quest. Oh well. He doesn't provide any benefit to your gameplay. He acts as another agent. More like side characters that you can recruit. If you're looking to do a 1% gameplay run of this game, yeah, you'll have to read through everything and, plan from there. Otherwise, you'll just have to suffer through the consequences of your actions. Like what just happened there. That is, quote-unquote, the fun of this game. It rewards you for being very thorough in your exploration. There's an invisible wall right about here. Alright. Having done all that, let's grab this over here. Now, if I were looking to do a perfect run
Let's look around.
in this file, I would most definitely swing back and pick them up. I think that's something I did in my original playthrough of this game. Same thing goes to the advisor in Battle Royale. I think I restarted this game at least 2 to 3 times before I finally settled on a playthrough where I was satisfied, and one in which I got everything. There's no way for us to climb up here, is there? Get up there. Thank you. Now what's going on with this group here? Why are they captured?
Break the locks, please.
What if you guys are criminals? Varric, please pick the lock.
Red Templar lieutenants are in the quarry. This won't stop until they're dead.
That's really funny. The game can't handle releasing NPCs out into the wild, so what happened was the game had to reload the environment for them to get away. That's hilarious. I thought we had a door that was locked here. Work orders. The boys at Suladin need several barrels for those things they're working on. Also, prepare a batch for the Storm Coast. Whatever you say. There has to be something here, right? Or is it outside? It's likely outside. Varric, come on. You're small enough to fit through the window. Oh wait, it was just his bottle. We are done here. Black wall. Let's level you up. I'm going to take Guard Smasher so he can finally help us out with those Pride Demons. Also, this is why you should save often and not just rely on the autosave. We've already unlocked that. Let's turn over here. If you're solely going off just the autosave, Be prepared to lose a lot of progress if you fail something. Why can't I aim this thing down over there? Archers luckily have no issue there. They can aim as far high as they can. Del, it's over. It's done. I got him. I'm going back to my old camp to pick up the letter I left for you. And then I'm leaving this horrible place. I don't have to skulk around anymore, hiding behind trees and erasing my tracks. I'm free and I'm coming home. Diane. Good for Diane. This is the quarry that we're supposed to disrupt. I guess your taste may depend whether if you enjoy snow or not. I think I've played through one too many Star Wars movies and games to enjoy the desert areas. Let's save them too.
They'll turn us into those things. Are all the cages open?
That might just be Ferelden in general. And the Dales. Lore-wise, the Exalted Plains, the Emerald Graves, and Emprise de Leon are basically the same area. Letter of confirmation. To confirm, yes, I've heard the reports. The Inquisition is on the rise, but there will be a toothless hound once our master deals with them. We stand between the enemy and Corypheus. He gave us what the Chantry never would. A second chance. I don't want to see a single man let him down. Sow the lyrium. Let it follow where we walk. Take root where we settle. Never forget that your footsteps, yours, mark Corypheus's path to victory.
I found a letter from Samson himself.
I think I might remember where that is. Oh great, we're not done here. There's still one more thing to find. And it's somewhere over here. Maybe I can jump up here? No, it's confounding. Where the heck is this? It might be all the way at the top. Or rather yet, it's somewhere down here. No. Before we tackle that, let me go find whatever it is we're pinging here. It's got to be up here somewhere. There it is. Coot. We need more villagers. We've gone through the miners already. Weaklings. Get the rest from the most recent list. I don't care if the village is running out. No one will miss them. There we go. Later on, there's going to be a quest that we're going to be doing. If you guys really hate missing like opportunities for more lore and just missables in general, you'll want to make a save before we tackle it. It's by far one of the most convoluted quests in any game I've ever played. Yes, even more convoluted than anything in Skyrim. At least in Skyrim it's mostly fetch quests. Not so here. There are some hard choices. And also a lot of stuff that you have to discover if you want the best ending. One of the best endings anyway. If you don't care at all, then it's not going to matter.
Are all the cages open?
The worst part, though, I feel for that quest, it's probably the best quest if you want to experience without any sort of guide. But the counter to that is that you'll likely miss out on a lot of things as well, and probably not the best result either. To Paxley, I've seen the transformations. It's a horror to watch your soldiers' faces change, to realize they might not remember you day to day. It's a sword in the guts. But the ones who make it through are near invincible. Feed elf root to the soldiers hurting as much as they want. Beyond that, it's just waiting until they stop feeling pain. Remind them that they spread the lyrium. It grows at our touch. With the materials I've sent, they'll grow enough for 12 armies. It's proof we're on the right path, that any suffering is worthwhile. Remind them.
Note from Samson about spreading red lyrium.
Not on my watch. There's another landmark over there, but I think we have to climb this way. What's up, Storm? Oh, you have? Congratulations. The worst part is that they probably think they're doing you a favor. Might I ask which company it is?
Have you looked everywhere? There are so many of us.
That's another group completed. how do we get up here and... Bell, Canada? Probably the closest that we have to that is maybe AT&T. I took a quick tour around the quarry in Sarnia, famed for its azure granite. The owner of the mine, Albin Poulin, proudly informed me that 500 blocks of stone from that very quarry were used to tile the bathroom or bathing chambers of Lady Mantillon's summer estate. Ignore that thing in the center there. Man, if I were to lose fiber internet because the internet company wouldn't cooperate, that'd be some of the most disappointing. That'd be one of the most disappointing service instances I could remember. Almost as bad as the time I got cancelled for uploading too much data. Our job here is done.
Let us out!
How about we just keep you guys in? You'll be safer inside.
Break the locks, please! Have you looked everywhere? They took so many of us.
Yeah, we got 2 more of you guys to go through. The ladder's they're throwing off my ping system. I don't need the ladders to show up on the mini-map. Whatever we're looking for is probably over there. Yeah, it's upstairs. There it is. To Besson, Maddox needs twice the usual red lyrium to modify my armor properly. Taking over as a vessel means it has to be perfect. Have the amount ready in 3 days, and you and your squad will get a chance to serve as Corypheus' honor guard. My own proving goes on. When I first donned the armor, I thought I was drowning in fire. Without Corypheus to stop me, I'd have torn my own skin off. Now the armor's settled, I can march for days without rest, break a man like kindling. I'm finally fit to be the vessel. Maddox may come to you to work on my armor's modifications. If he gives you instructions about the lyrium, follow them to the letter. Treat Maddox like you'd treat me.
We should inform Cullen that we've taken care of Samson's red lyrium hoard.
Indeed we shall. Who is this guy over here? I will not survive this. I saw what the Red Templars did to the others. The red crystals, they get into your flesh, and they change you. You lose yourself. Then you die. That is to be my fate. I pray Lynette does not mourn for me long. I don't deserve her love. The world must know what I have done. I won't go to the grave carrying this weight. I killed Lynette's brother, Guard. He told her he was going to fight for the Empress, but he never intended to do so. He was going to run away to Ferelden. I caught him one night, looking into our bureau for Lynette's jewels. He meant to take them and leave forever. I tried to stop him, but he fought back and I killed him. I never meant to. It was an accident. Make her forgive me. Andraste grant me her strength. Come on, bro. Not cool. Well, that's one way to screw up your love life. The quarry is a little confusing. A lot of the paths look very similar. On the other hand, we're getting a lot of lore bits about the Red Templars. And I think that's fundamentally more important than the dwarves in the Hissing Waste. The dwarves and their history don't really relate much to the events at hand.
Let us out!
In that respect, I like this place more than the Hissing Wastes. Oh, come on, dude. If I say yes, will you stop asking? Knight Captain's orders. Klimt. Lieutenant Coot isn't feeling well, so I must rely on you to handle the lady from the village. Set aside some basic supplies. Flour, dried peas, blankets, any coin you can spare. Either bring them or have them brought to the grove of trees at the fork of the Elf's Blood, 2 nights from now. Make sure no one sees you. Mistress Poulin should be there. She'll give you a list. People we can use in exchange for the goods. Bring the list to me. Oh, and lean on her a bit. Coot's got a soft heart and lets her get away with things. Her lists have been getting shorter, and she recommends folks who are old and have some hidden ailment. We take them, but they don't survive the seeding. Useless. Tell her she comes up with something good, or we take everyone. That lady's hands aren't completely clean. Oh, what the hell? We have just gotten one of the best items in the game. This thing. Save it for your best armor. Once you've gotten all the best materials in the game, use this thing. It's amazing. Or even on a weapon. It doesn't matter. Make sure to save one of these and then use this one as well. Put this on your weapon. Put this one on your armor. And whenever you get hidden blades, you'll get at least 5 or 4 hits. Trust me, it makes the game very trivial. Even on Nightmare difficulty. Did we not pick up something over here? No. We can move on. But yeah, by far one of the best items we could have gotten. You're gonna do something what now? Sorry, I didn't hear them the first time around. Alrighty. We have just one more group to rescue. I hope they're not far off, even though we're going the wrong way here. There's a path here that leads to something cool. Or not. I think this is just a shortcut. No, it doesn't lead to anything cool. Oh wait, never mind. Somewhere around here is another rune. If it's not around here, it should be inside. Where the heck is that thing?